Okay, this is Dennis John Seachma Productions, Homestead, Florida, USA. Video log for my 1989 Baretta Success 200 powerboat for May 3rd, 2023. I've installed the new seawater elbow and keeping the old one as a spare. I like to change this gasket once a year on the seawater elbow to protect a very expensive exhaust manifold that is aluminum can become corroded. And I replaced the water shutter. And there's various opinions on whether replacing the water shutter is a good thing to do or not. But the important thing is to burp any air out of here. Bring the engine up to operating temperature with the cap off and top it off. Make sure that it has enough coolant in it. And coolant 50-50, well, anyway, you can read the service manual as for recommendations. They also say you can use water with anti-rust preventative because it's aluminum block for this 3.7 liter MerCruiser. But you got to burp it. And I like to use an infrared heat gun to run the temperature sensor here to make sure it's up at operating speed. But it's been running for a little while now. And let's see what we can do here. It comes back to idle. It behaves. Let's see it shift into gear. We're around 35 psi on the oil pressure. A little under half a tank on the gas. I haven't had this craft in the water in a long time, and I want to get it in the water, but I got tow vehicle problems. I'm south of Miami, so if anybody wants to help me with a tow vehicle, let me know. I'll take it to the water and play around at Homestead Bayfront maybe. Anyway, let's put it in gear. Alright, went into gear nice. I like to run my engines as often as I can because when you run them, you lubricate them. And you can look for things that might be going wrong. But a lot of people ask about this engine putting out more water on the starboard side than the port side. That's normal because it's a 4-cylinder engine and the way it's configured tends to do that, and they think it's a problem, and it's not. So far it's nice. Nice. I guess I did a good job. I rebuilt the carburetor prior using parts from Mike's carburetor online. Learned how to do that with the 2-barrel myself after paying people to do it for years. Goes back to a nice idle. See if it goes into reverse. Once a year I like to pull a drive, take it to a stern drive shop, have them replace the impeller and housing because they don't have a long service life, and you don't want to find that out on a nice holiday weekend with your family if you need to have that done. So I think I've got it up to temperature and properly burped it. A lot of people just top it off and run it and then say, oh, it overheated. Well, you didn't burp it. So, and when you order one of these, inspect them right away because sometimes they drop them and damage. You can't get the radiator cam on and off. Happened to me once. So, and I like to change these seawater elbows every 5 years and keep the old ones as a spare. So on a holiday weekend, if I have a problem, I can swap it out. But I should never have a problem if I do it every 5 years. So. Anyway, thanks for watching.